I saw a documentary about the production of cashews, and it was quite scary. How do you make sure your cashews are sourced ethically?
That's one we hear a lot. And you know what? Fair enough. It's important to worry about the ethical impact of the food we consume. The main issue with cashew production lies in the opening of the nuts. If done manually, the cashews release a toxic substance that burns the hands of the workers. That's why we only work with farms that have mechanized the deshelling process of the nuts. That's also why we work with fair trade specialists that ensure fair working conditions and wages on the cashew farms that we work with.
I don't see the point in transporting cashews from the other side of the world to make cheese in Switzerland.
Transport. Transport might be the most misguided concern about our products. Our cashew nuts come to us once a year by boat and only amount to 5% of the total carbon footprint of our products. All in all, compared to animal-based cheese, our products reduce CO2 emissions by 60% and water consumption by 40%. Plus, if you drink coffee or eat chocolate, you already accept that we live in a global world where eating only locally grown foods is not really realistic.
Vegan cheese is heavily processed. I'd rather eat the real thing.
Our cheese is exactly as processed as conventional cheese. It's made by Swiss cheesemakers in a cheesemaking factory in Switzerland, following the same techniques of fermentation and ripening. No more, no less. The only difference is the nature of the milk. Ours comes from plants instead of animals.
I'd love to switch to vegan cheese, but it's so expensive.
Well, yeah. Compared to industrial dairy products, we're more expensive. We're not going to argue against that. But there's a few reasons behind that. We only work with high-quality organic ingredients, we pay fair salaries, we invest in packaging as eco-friendly as possible, and we don't get to enjoy the subsidies that the dairy industry receives.
If you think you're going to convince me to give up on my cheese heritage, good luck.
Funnily enough, we started New Roots specifically because we love cheese traditions. I'm French and my co-founder is Swiss, so you can imagine how much we missed cheese when we became vegan. But traditions are meant to be reinvented when they're harmful. And that's why we're challenging the dairy industry's ecological impact and systemic oppression of animals. New Roots is all about honoring our beautiful cheese heritage by giving it a chance to sustain over time.